Hey there, apocalypse survivors and doomsday enthusiasts. Today we are diving into the wild world of foraging for medicines when civilization's gone the way of the dodo. Imagine this. The world's taken a permanent nosedive, your local pharmacy's been looted cleaner than a whistle, and WebMD is about as useful as a chocolate teapot. Speaking of chocolate, your neighbors are probably eyeing you up like you're the last Snickers bar on Earth. So, buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to explore how to keep yourself alive and kicking when modern medicine is nothing but a distant memory. This isn't just about avoiding a bad case of the sniffles. It's about not turning into a walking petri dish of infections that could not hack it in the New World Order. Stick around and smash that subscribe button before society smashes you, because the next few minutes might be the difference between thriving in the apocalypse and becoming worm food. First things first, stop panicking. I know it's tempting to lose your marbles when everything goes to hell in a handbasket, but here's the deal. When the collapse hits and people start running around like chickens with their heads cut off, your job is to keep it together. Don't cry. Don't freak out. And for the love of all that's holy, don't join the stampede to the nearest hospital for the last bottle of aspirin. Now let's get down to brass tacks. If civilization crumbled tomorrow, would you know how to stop the bleeding, soothe the pain, or fight off a fever without modern medicine? This isn't just a hypothetical, folks. I'm going to show you how to identify and utilize nature's pharmacy, a skill that could be the difference between life and death when there's no one else to rely on. You've probably got the basics down. Bandages, antiseptic, maybe even some painkillers squirreled away. But what happens when those run out? That's where we're heading today, beyond the basics and into the realm of advanced foraging and preservation. We're talking about finding natural antibiotics, treatments for complex conditions, and building a post-apocalyptic medicine cabinet that would make even the most seasoned survivalist green with envy. But hold your horses, eager beavers. Before you go stripping the land bare like a swarm of medicinal locusts, we need to talk ethics. That's right, even in the apocalypse, we're keeping it classy. We'll delve into responsible foraging practices, how to harvest these vital resources without turning the wilderness into a barren wasteland. After all, we want these natural remedies to be there for future generations, assuming any of us make it that far. Now let's talk preservation. It's all well and good to know your yarrow from your ewe. But if you can't keep these miracle plants from turning into compost, you might as well be chewing on grass. We're going to cover essential preservation techniques that'll make your harvested remedies last longer than your faith in humanity. Drying, storing, creating concoctions that'll see you through the darkest days. We're leaving no stone unturned. But wait, there's more. Before we dive deeper into this herbal rabbit hole, let me remind you to hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you will want to stick around for more survival tips that'll keep you alive long enough to see if the robots or the aliens win in the end. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Let's start with the heavy hitters, natural antibiotics. Forget about raiding abandoned pharmacies for moldy penicillin. Mother Nature's got you covered. Garlic, for instance, isn't just for keeping vampires at bay. This pungent powerhouse is a natural antibiotic that can help fight off infections. And let's not forget about honey. Not only is it delicious, but it's also antimicrobial and can help heal wounds. But what if you're dealing with something more serious than a cut or a sniffle? That's where things get interesting. Ever heard of slippery elm? This tree's inner bark can be used to treat everything from sore throats to stomach ulcers. Or how about yarrow? This unassuming little flower can help stop bleeding, reduce fever, and even ease anxiety. Who needs a fully stocked medicine cabinet when you've got a field full of weeds, am I right? Now, I know what you're thinking. But how do I know I'm not picking poison instead of a cure? Good question, Sherlock. That's why identification is key. We'll go over the distinctive features of these medicinal plants, And trust me, by the end of this, you'll be able to spot the difference between life-saving herbs and death-dealing lookalikes faster than you can say post-apocalyptic pharmacist. But let's circle back to that ethical foraging we mentioned earlier. It's not just about being a good global citizen, although kudos to you if that's still on your mind when the world's gone to pot. No, ethical foraging is about ensuring these resources do not disappear faster than your neighbor's cat in a food shortage. We'll cover techniques like taking only what you need, harvesting in a way that allows the plant to regenerate, and even cultivating your own medicinal garden. Because let's face it, in the apocalypse, sustainability isn't just a buzzword, it's a survival strategy. Speaking of survival strategies, let's talk preservation. You've braved the wilds, dodged mutant wildlife, and come back with a backpack full of nature's bounty. Now what? Well, unless you want to watch your hard-earned remedies wilt faster than your hopes for a quick return to normalcy, you need to know how to preserve them. Drying is your new best friend, whether it's hanging herbs in bunches or using a solar dehydrator, because let's face it, electricity is so pre-apocalypse. We'll cover all the ways to turn your fresh picks into long-lasting remedies. And don't even get me started on tinctures and infused oils. These little bottles of liquid gold can turn a handful of plants into months' worth of medicine. But wait, there's more. Before we wrap this up, let me remind you one last time to smash that subscribe button. Because in this brave new world, knowledge isn't just power, it's survival. And trust me, you will want to be around for our next video on how to outrun a horde of zombies while carrying a year's supply of dried herbs. So there you have it, folks. From identifying life-saving plants to preserving them for the long haul, you're now equipped to be the post-apocalyptic equivalent of a walking, talking pharmacy. Remember, when the world goes to hell in a handbasket, it's the prepared who thrive. And with these skills in your survival toolkit, you'll be thriving long after the last can of beans has been fought over. Just remember, in the brave new world of foraging and natural medicine, the difference between a cure and a killer can be as small as a leaf shape or a flower color. So stay alert, stay informed, and most importantly, stay alive. Because who knows? Maybe one day when we've rebuilt society from the ashes of the old world, you'll be able to regale your grandkids with tales of how you survived the apocalypse armed, with nothing but a field guide and a whole lot of chutzpah. Until next time, this is your friendly neighborhood apocalypse prepper signing off. Stay safe out there, and may your foraging be fruitful and your tinctures be potent. The end of the world does not have to mean the end of you, not if I have anything to say about it.